Okay. Okay, let's try this again. Let's... Ugh. Let's pray that my stomach can hold it together for a little bit. Change the thumbnail when the VOD is up, because I'm not... Ugh. That was dumb. Ay, ay, ay. Ugh. Okay. Alright. Welcome in. We're gonna try this again, and hopefully my brain... I don't know. Hopefully my brain and body don't decide to fuck me at the same time. That was unpleasant. Don't know what that was. Welcome in, Victor. I don't know if I ate something bad, or if I was just outside for too long, or if I was drinking too much water, but whatever it was, it's mostly gone. My stomach no longer hurts. I don't feel like I'm going to explode from the inside out. Um, Unfortunately, my game might be frozen. Okay, we're just gonna load the quick save real quick. But whatever it was, I'm all right now. So we're gonna pretend like that didn't just. Well, I mean, we can say that it happened because it did, but there's gonna be two VODs, and the end of the last VOD is gonna be me talking about my exploding stomach. But hold on. Oh, brother. Okay. I've completely derailed my own train of thought as well. Okay. Keep coming back to this mug for some reason. Don't know why. Okay, we're just gonna say fuck it and keep on trucking. We're gonna go ahead to that. Um, what's up here, actually? That was crazy.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia. Fumes of heavy fuel oil waft over you, making your eyes sting. The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels. A large metal pendant hangs from the rear view mirror. The pendant features a sun crowned with wavy rays. It is the seal of Royalist era Revachol.
Isn't that's the same thing as that one guy's apartment?
The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains. A book with ragged edges catches your notice. The front cover features a large, muscular man. The title reads, Man from Eamdal in the Lost City of the Pygmies.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy.
Ah, wait.
Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
So he's the so the apartment was the strike breaker.
There he is, in front of Rita, smoking nervously,
Or the Lord.
hoping it's over.
Actually, we do need to talk to the gardening lady as well. I just thought about.
Looking for something?
Okay, nothing more. Good to know. The rumors of my demise have been greatly exaggerated. Welcome in. I do live. I just had a weird case of
Hello
exploding
again,
stomach.
officer. How are things? Is that so? I don't know anything about that. Must be a misunderstanding.
She's a pro. Nothing short of coming face to face with the fat man himself would make her admit it right now.
What is this fuck the police business? What is it
Excuse
truly?
me? Oh, well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here. I don't know anything about that either. As I said, I didn't write it.
Okay.
Pig is a widely used term for members of the police.
Alright, so we're just going
It's
over
not
some flavor
loving.
shit that I didn't do earlier.
No need to worry. We are not saying you did.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I didn't.
Okay. Got weirdly defensive about it. He said we know you didn't do it, but you still got a little like about it. So I don't know, a little suspicious. That's all I'm saying. Seems a little suspicious. How do I? So how do I get to the coast? I'm just thinking. I gotta get to that one little town. Oof. That Buddy was talking about.
There are clothes inside.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
This guy's still cool.
Save the economy? That sounds off.
Haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious. Recycle your cash, keep it in circulation. Don't buy new things. Buy eco. Very cool.
You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places.
Welcome in, Locks. I'm alive.
The box smells like cat piss or like an old person with no money.
Economical, but also trendy. Look first hand, buy second hand. Keep the economy moving.
Something
Okay.
cold grazes your hand. Synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker. Surf, it says, but also wind, summer, 100% waterproof, and sport. All in different typefaces. Practical, and yet it may deaden your senses to the world around you. Possibly because of the awful typeface.
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only $4.50 for you, sir.
We'll leave for now. We'll leave for now.
You see two lowly, defeated speakers, thralls, slaves basically,
Okay.
perched atop them like conquerors surveying the land. A pair of found, durable wear sneakers, ultra serious.
Gotcha.
I can see you with taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
A pair of found ultras. The design is impossibly sleek and simple. A futuristic silhouette with a sleek monochrome colorway, a jet black upper, and a silver-lined midsole.
Those sneakers, mister. Those sneakers are the latest found sneakers. Super air, super fine, super cool. Only 50 real.
Whoa.
Only? That's madness. Fun Ultra. We're the future. You remember the slogan from some magazine?
Yeah, nah, we're good. We'll come back to all of this. Um. So how do I get to the place the buddy was talking about? How do I get a city map now that I think about it?
Yes?
Curious and curious. What was that?
This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert
Oh, it's nothing
25
crazy.
centimes and pull the handle while looking inside. Then use the focus knob to zoom in if necessary. Why place a tourist attraction in the middle of such poverty?
There was a revitalization project in 49. A design studio tried restoring Martinez to its pre-war glory. It didn't stick. They got as far as the street lamps and that statue on the intersection before something went sour. I suspect it was Evrard's Claire's doing. He muscled them out. It's how it... We should have done something about the Union 10 years ago. That ship has sailed, officer.
Okay. Just a little bit of lore then. All right. Okay, there's another trash can here too. Magnesium doesn't hurt. So it's locked. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, we're gonna go inside here and see what we can find.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance
Okay, it's
to
also
the
locked.
apartment building. It's locked. The door rattles against your knuckles, but there's no response. The door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting any more strangers inside. Doesn't matter who I am. Now go on, get out of here.
From within comes the faint sound of a broom sweeping across the concrete floor.
Ha! The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here. No, I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building.
Okay.
Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
Trails off, leaving the sentence
Backyard
unfinished.
door. There must be another entrance to the east.
Madame, I assure you, we are real police officers.
Lieutenant repeats dutifully.
There is no reply. Just faint sweeping sounds inside.
Okay, to the east, huh? So down here then. Can I not? Okay, thank you. Is this what she's talking about?
There must be another way into the building.
Okay, Kim. God damn.
What's that noise down there?
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
Says in a quiet voice. Despite the cold, his shirt hangs unbuttoned on his
It's
frame.
the voice of someone who has something to hide, my liege.
No trouble for me. I just want to know what's going on
I
here.
don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Oh, brother.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Is it really that important?
Adjusting his shirt.
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run. My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
That feels fake.
That's definitely not his real name.
Okay.
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice?
He scans the courtyard. It's silent like the bottom of a well, every sound captured and reflected back. Can you tell me anything about the
I'd
hanging?
even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
No, not you two. Some more muscular type.
Okay.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Takes out his little blue notebook and writes something
Last
down.
week? I don't know. Look.
Looks around the courtyard again. Old patio chairs and dead house plants litter the
He's
scene.
an actor declaiming a soliloquy. See how you hang on his every word.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over.
Minecraft making his most viewed stream ever though. The live stream. What did I do? How am I gonna kill you? Did you say something? I missed it? DMs. I had a friend over. What kind
It
of
was my
friend?
Sunday friend.
Okay.
A Sunday friend. How intriguing.
Did he see something?
Doesn't reply, gesturing.
It was me?
with his
Okay,
cigarette.
sorry.
Under the dull and darkening sky, the neighboring windows stand silent.
Okay.
No. We won't.
What the fuck?
Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Pass?
Time to bring out your secret charm. Tears and begging. Show him your emotional side.
Uh-oh. This is
Throw
bad.
yourself before his very feet like a dog.
No, for God's sake, I don't want you to cry.
Looks disturbed.
Listen, I really have to go. Good luck with the investigation.
Okay, buddy. So, Sunday friend dresses kind of promiscuously. I'm wondering if that was a client of some sorts.
He's gone.
We should run after him, see where he
No
went.
point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself. He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. There has to be a way of getting inside the building. Let's go check out the door near the pier again. Once we found a way in, we can ask around for his apartment.
Okay. Ooh, what is random rock? More health is always good.
A stone.
Oh!
Like any other. Lying. There's a key beneath.
A key!
Rusty.
This must be for the front door. Pity it doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has hundreds of apartments. We'll just have to go in and see.
Let's go! We found a key! Ow. Flip up glasses is? Good job. Can't talk now either all of a sudden. Cleaning chemicals, smells of laundry detergent. Actually, no one's getting killed. I'm an adult. What are you? What? Make my own choices? What are you doing? Glow light of pollution rises from the east. Your distant traffic, night is falling on the city. Cigarette butts and electric wires. Current shift just a little. Someone is watching from within. Good to know. Let's go back in real quick. Fucking $3 ain't bad. Talk to this sweet cleaning lady. Sweet old cleaning lady. Okay, I walk behind her instead.
Give me a moment.
Elderly woman is leaning on her broom, her knuckles white as bone. She seems to be having difficulty
The
breathing.
cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
Sneezes into a dirty handkerchief.
Go ahead then. What do you want to know, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
She looks at the other end of the hallway.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for? Talk?
Violent coughing spasm. She squeezes her broom, trying to catch her breath.
What was so funny about that?
Oh, she thinks that we're a client.
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's
Look
one
in the
of
mirror
those
and I see
doors
horror.
there.
Okay, thank you, Victor.
He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
Ask away, policeman.
What can you tell me about Cindy?
The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still...
Leans on her broom.
She leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
Okay, alright.
She mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways.
Okay.
If you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room.
Okay.
It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
Alright.
And all she gets, too. The coastal wind beats down hard on the coal room door outside. Splashes of waves make the balcony slippery. She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences feel rusty.
Good to know. Actually, hold up. Don't walk out there yet. What's in here? Gonna raid this cabinet again, because why not? A book? 16 Days of Coldest April? Okay. Might as well interact with some of these. I haven't been doing it.
In your hands, you hold 16 Days of Coldest April by Yekatina Dar. The cover image shows a row of concrete apartments above which span a black and white rainbow.
Okay.
Indeed, the book is unusually heavy in your hands, as though the cover were lined with lead. You flip through the book. The pages are thinner than you realized, and the type quite small and tightly set. It's nearly 600 pages long.
Okay.
Real art is dense and difficult. If it didn't feel like you had to wrestle a suicidal bear to get through it, you weren't really reading. The back cover is dominated by a black and white photograph of the author. She can't be much older than her mid-30s in this photograph, and yet From this cover, the eyes of a sad old woman stare back at you. In cold, detached prose, the author describes a scene from one of the Yugograd riots in the 20s. Youths overturn motor carriages and set trash cans ablaze, while heavily armored guardsmen dash in and disperse them in a flurry of baton blows. The Yugograd riots took place from 27 to 29. Fueled by ethnic unrest and the state's repressive tactics, these events are often seen as marking the end of a brief period of liberalization known as the Yugograd Spring. Like all such periods, it is frequently memorialized in art and literature. As ethnic tensions run wild, a pair of young lovers meet each other on the street. Somehow, in the middle of all the chaos, they manage to lock arms and look into each other's eyes.
Okay.
It would physically hurt you to keep reading. Are you sure?
Okay. I'm going to take the game's word at this.
You've made the right life choices today, sir.
Okay. Good to know. Items. I can't really interact with this stuff, so... Okay. Someone has torn down the wall.
A shift in temperature. The air chills around you. Dust settles on the stony floor. A former architect stands before a slice of window, a room plan in her hand. A cold wave has made the air in the building stand still and frozen, with temperatures falling down to minus 20 degrees Celsius. Is red from the cold. She's breathing on her fingers, clasping the plan. Traces of sadness are visible in her expression. Faint pencil lines on paper depict the same place, but a missing eastern wall connects the room with the neighboring apartment. Ideas for arranging the furniture have been jotted down. It's clean and empty, with new tapestry embellishing the walls. A standard HB graphite pencil has fallen off a three-legged stool in the middle of the room. She had an eye for beauty.
Okay. Boots. Gift me boots. Ah, I'll take money too. Whoa. Ooh. Medicine. Cola? Oh, alcohol? Okay. Keep that in mind. Ew. Slime. Alright, let's head upstairs and check out Homeboy, who's taking a drag. Can I get to this? I cannot. Nothing for you here right now. Damn, he's got my favorite cocktail on deck. Talking about what I thought was cola, but it's just alcohol.
To be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Okay.
Let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door.
I mean, we know he's home.
Answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening. We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good?
Okay.
Tomorrow, 9 p.m., right here. Apartment number 28. Good, let's go.
A non-sober
Damn.
Coke.
Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Don't worry, You'll get him. Remember, tomorrow. He's probably gone for today.
Okay. Something I've been thinking about for the last couple of streams, I don't know what happens when it gets too late in the day. So I'm a little nervous. Nothing like a nice, refreshing Coca-Cola. Ooh, what's up with this door?
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10. The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. Sounded like a woman. A woman's shoes.
Okay.
A paw.
It's called
out
nighttime?
from the looks of
No,
it.
motherfucker,
The
I
room
meant if I
is
have to
barely
sleep
bigger
or
than a
not.
closet.
But I got booted out of that bar place, so I don't know what I'm gonna do now. Could use a good ski slope run right now. Alright, calm down. This is the
Do I
police.
have to open the door?
You hear the clacking of heels again as the other side walks right up to the door. Her tone is now getting at a
Do
defensive
you have a
edge.
warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
I mean, that's true.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
It's
Fair.
generally easier to do things if you have literally any reason.
Okay. Fair. Let's go. Oh, it says exit. Oops. Not quite what I wanted. We want this door. I didn't see the exit right there because I'm a fool.
Ooh, the piggies have learned how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves. But here you are.
No. The boys do not ski. To my knowledge, they do not ski. Cops don't like closed doors or unreachable perches or people having high ground on us. That's right, we've evolved.
Yeah, I can see that. Cool mutations.
Crosses her arms.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil.
Whoa.
Red-dyed heavy fuel oil is only used in government vehicles, or at least that's the idea.
Interesting.
What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells? Ugh, alright, sad piggy. I'll give you this one. I saw a little girl in the fishing village running around with military-grade handwear. Looked cute as hell.
The fishing village. Okay, so another reason to go to that village. Y'all vanilla. It's called being extremely introverted, alright?
If you haven't been there, the village is a shithole down the coast from the main plaza. Have a good time. No. That's all the snitching Cindy the Skull does for today. Actually, I don't even know why I told you what I just told you. I have a weakness for animals. It's the animal thing again. Damn it.
She looks at you a little sad suddenly.
Or a weakness for police officers, miss. Thank you either way.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock. You ain't seen nothing yet, Piggy Boo.
Piggy Boo? Oh, brother. Chair's new. Someone lives back here. Good to know. Okay, let's go check out this other door. Come on. Okay. Whoa. Is this little old lady's house? Room? Pour les hommes laborer jeans? Okay. You can be introverted and do Sigurd. I mean, sure, but tiny feet squaring beneath the grate, the rats of the city. Cindy? Question mark? Yeah, this probably is her room. Oh, she's got a little cat. Yeah, this is Cindy's room. There's a little fucking cat pillow. That's something. I'm talking like a not fun kind of introvert though. I feel like out of all of us here, I'm the most introverted. I think that title would go to you and Zach the most. To be quite honest. Why don't I believe that? That's like the one thing Victor will say negatively about himself that you can believe. Whoa, it's fucking bustling in here now. Holy shit. This place is crazy now. Ooh, could I get into this door now? Ooh, wait. What's up here? Stuff. Spices, alcohol, and tomato hangs in the air.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. The door does not budge. The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel door is flush with its frame on every side. Old cobalt paint, rough on the fingers. 40, 50 years since this was painted maybe. It leads to a side building, adjacent to this one. The old building next to this, half ruined. Whatever is behind it must be older.
No way in yet. Alright. Damn it.
The door is closed. You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it.
Okay.
The living shit. Your mesolimbic reward pathway does not mince words. It wants smokes. Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma.
The gnome of Jeroma?
You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub, still smoldering deliciously. How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. A carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Then smoke them all. Good. Thinking about yummy cigarettes in your mouth is the next best thing. Make sure you think about
excuse me.
tobacco all the time, though. It doesn't count if it's not all the time. And when you're done thinking about them, graduate to getting them. Plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses.
So that's when I compete for the most introverted title? Maybe, I guess. I want to know how all these introverts became good friends with each other. It's called video games. Fuck, I have to go talk to Gart again. That bastard.
Can I help you? Yes, have you got it? For the drinks, 30 real. Like what? I was really enjoying talking about the money you owe me.
Okay, motherfucker. We'll come back to you. Hopefully that pawn shop is still open. Check out make some money. Yeah, y'all were when you were a senior logs, that's when y'all were in high school together. This is not a pawn shop. Most people don't remember Fiero's classes, so it's okay. Her classes were crazy, from what I heard. Not even counting that one school assembly where she fucking cried for the shit that to the trauma from when she was I don't even remember what country, but ooh.
Hello again. How can I help you?
Okay, he definitely is high. Whatever it is, you've probably done it, and many other things besides. But you can't cut through the jumble of sensations to get to the answer. Looking at his wares, talking to him, that might give you more clues.
Sure, let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Can't sell the handkerchief. Can't sell the dice. That might get us to the 30 that we need. But that might be important too. Oh, I shouldn't do that. But it's separate. We'll come back to him.
Time, perhaps.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps. The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently. This would make quite a statement in your living room.
Yes, officer. As you see, it's in perfect working order.
His manner is casual, but his speech is careful, measured. He wants you to know that he has nothing to hide.
It was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property. You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
700 real. A bargain,
Whoa.
I dare say. I don't know where it came from, but it's not every day you get to buy and sell something so extraordinary.
The boomboxes on the shelf look well-loved and well-traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels. One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. Just make sure it works before you buy it. You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright white. What's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say found.
Oh, that's the Headless Phone Rider. The Headless Phone Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fawn tracksuit. As you see, he's missing his head. 50 cents. Bargain price. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations.
He lost his cap when he lost his head. Perhaps he's looking for the head.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you.
Okay, will do. Interesting. Yeah, we don't do drugs when we hang out, I promise. Just drinking. And staying up until fucking 6 in the morning for some reason. I feel like showing him the photo is a bad idea, but I really want to try it.
Let me have a look. Oh, no. I don't like those kinds of objects. No sale.
Okay, wasn't a bad idea.
Aphotic paths, counter-radiance network, anti-magnetism. It's darkness. That's all I know. Sell me something light.
You have absolutely no idea what aphotic paths are, but the tattoos on the man are not that.
Okay.
Another time, perhaps.
Okay. We do need money, but I feel like a lot of the stuff that's worth money is stuff we shouldn't sell. What about this shit? Ooh. Okay, hold on, we're getting somewhere. We're cooking now. That was what, 40 cents? I can dress up like a dude so no one's uncomfortable. Oh, Lord. Oh, God. Ooh, trash. Gimme. Give me all the trash. Lieutenant, you're in my way. Kim, I need to collect this trash. Get out of my way. More trash. We're gonna be fucking rich as soon as I pick up all this trash. Autosave? Uh-oh. Okay. Let's go see if we can sell this trash. Please, Mr. Pawn Shop Man, give me a deal on this trash. I bet he'll buy trash, right? Right? Wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Wait.
Hello again. Sure, let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Okay. So... yeah. Okay. Actually, I do want to sell some...
I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Okay. Wrong button. And the smokes... I keep doing that, my bad.
Another time.
Okay. So this is not the guy to sell my trash to, unfortunately. But that's okay. We'll figure it out. We at least have enough to pay off our debt. So hopefully that's worth it, so that I can crash in that room again. I tried, but he wasn't buying.
Can I help you? Yes. Have you... Well? Great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance starting tomorrow.
How the fuck am I gonna...
I'll unlock the electronic lock to your room. All the doors lock automatically at 9 p.m. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 30 real per night.
Excuse me?
Room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
Fucking 20 a night! It took me 12 hours to get fucking 30! We're cooked. And I think the door is locked. I think we're fucked. Wait.
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Okay.
Just a moment. We should talk about our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Okay. That's fair. It is expensive.
Outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum.
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM. Our role here, our rights, our jurisdiction, basically.
Ooh.
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
Okay.
Oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
He does, it's true.
You mean this? This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will and unhealthy.
Okay.
Keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easier to simply quit. Yet, were he to quit, he would lose the cool factor. This man relishes his cool quite a bit below it all.
I apologize, but I only brought one with me. I have exactly one cigarette every night while going over my notes.
Dude has a cigarette fetish? Who? You better not be talking about me, motherfucker.
Yes, it's been a long and eventful day. Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it. Our inspection could have been more thorough.
It's one of my tasks. I have to get a cigarette and smoke one. It's in my little notebook.
Then you shot him in the chest, which wasn't ideal, and we still have to get him down from the tree.
By not ideal, he means he can't believe he let you try that trick and would be angry if he didn't feel the outcome was partly his responsibility.
Being sober also tends to have
the narrator?
But moving on to the interviews.
That's my body doing that.
An interview with Everard Clare.
It's a narrator, essentially.
He wasn't particularly forthcoming with useful information, however.
He's not saying much on the matter because he thinks you could have gotten more out of Everard.
Nothing wrong with a ciggy every now and again. Not wrong.
Well, we will have to work through that.
That's true.
We didn't talk to the Wild Pines rep. We really must do that tomorrow.
Okay, fair.
Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
I have a really good theory about why you're running so fast, son. Just you wait until we get up tomorrow.
Oh, no.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those hills. Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
Yeah! Hell yeah, those shoes are sick.
They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule. Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station.
Okay.
Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM. We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station call slip. It prevents confusion and overcrowding. You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up. We are permitted to use whatever force we deem necessary, even lethal. That's an improbability, perhaps even impossibility. Precinct 41 is known for a higher than average rate of police violence.
Ooh.
Yes, the last time was 4 years ago.
4 years in between a cop shoot. That's pretty good.
He has internalized it well. It's just that, a fact. A self-contained past event.
You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best.
Yeah, okay.
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Couron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them.
Taps on his coat pocket where he keeps his notes. Okay.
The coalition government and the moral intern, more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less.
His gaze is absently fixed on a window below that just went dark.
Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM. It's probably more honest, yes. Either way, the moral intern leases us the right to keep the peace in this city, and they will take it away if we misuse it.
Okay.
Or if they think you do.
Okay.
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed. Okay. They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world. The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen. Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Okay.
Something kind and usual.
Fair.
Something almost self-explanatory. Something even a little feminine. But in a strict manner.
Okay.
Something like the dark blue, serious color of the early night sky above.
Okay.
What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats.
Okay. Those others say they continue the humanist project set forth by Dolores Day.
Alright.
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me.
That's cool.
Do you?
Okay. Things are bad out there. Point to the city. We need them here, giving us the right to police Revachol. I don't. They've done an awful job here. Have you seen the place? This isn't humanism. Okay. We are stooges of the world's biggest bourgeoisie organization, protecting bourgeoisie rights. Mutter silently immigrants, liberal. I'm not saying that word just in case. Fucking men are turning into women. On second thought, I don't have an opinion. Forget about it. Brother, we are stooges of the world's biggest bourgeoisie organization. Yeah.
No, we are stooges of the world's biggest bourgeois organization, protecting the people of Revachol. That's the hand we were dealt. Without the MI, we would be common vigilantes.
What is a woman?
Spoken
Good
like
question.
A revolutionary, not a cop. But hypothetical aside, in Martinez we already are vigilantes. At least the Union thinks so. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging.
He looks at the roundabout. I think that's a fair assessment on his part.
The lights of the orphan district are reflected in his glasses. The red and golden orbs of the motorway sliding like pearls on a string from east to west as Revachol commutes back to the suburbs. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Monday is over. The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. An aerostatic passes overhead, the whiskers of its floodlights on the ground below. Kitsuraga's glasses light up as he looks to the sky. Two glowing circles.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different inland, in Jamrock and the GRIH. It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. This place has fallen between the cracks, the jurisdictions of our two precincts. We run this city. West of the river is RCM land.
He looks at the dark silhouette of the equestrian monument cutting into the night sky.
It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate. Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes.
He is very tired, but the dark circles under his eyes make him look younger, not older.
Okay.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
Puts out the stub of his cigarette and looks to the door. Alright. Goodbye, kid. She's just gonna stand outside the... Okay.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets feel at
Tuesday,
once
innit?
coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep doesn't.
What?
And then sleep doesn't come.
Okay, but I want to.
Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening.
Why?
Maybe it's the bed's fault.
Check the pillow.
Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly. Smells of alcohol and sweat and grease.
Okay.
It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing. A bit tense in the muscles. Relax.
Okay.
It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it? Something to do with, what was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves.
All right.
Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you. until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
Oh boy. Dream sequence! So it smells like me. Victor, shut up. No, it doesn't. Whoa. Okay. This is neat. Oh, this is gonna be wacky. Oh. Okay. All right. That's me up there now.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
Okay.
What it says on the can, Harry. Answer the question. Do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
Whoa.
Do you remember the warmth of her thighs, between her legs and in her mouth? You know who I am. I'm the bad day. The one where you ask her, and then later in the streets, wandering. It's the worst day of all time, Harry dear. And it's coming. She will hear about it on the phone. Reality will turn into a grotesque nightmare. This will be the last thing you did to her. Tell me, do you remember the love of your life?
Whoa. Holy shit. Yeah, everyone, most of the viewers are IRL friends.
Oh no, Funky baby, you stayed. It was the rest of it that left. Or you just stood there, with one hand on the bottle and the other on your dick, watching it go.
Holy shit.
Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours? No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed me.
Well, I guess it's a good thing we stocked up.
8,000 years of written history.
This drunk guy's based. He's something.
You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up.
Okay.
No, you haven't. You're just sleep talking. And the act is wearing thin, too. The spots on the disco ball fade around you.
All right.
You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time. Sweating up the bed. Stinky boy.
Okay, that was uncalled for. That was a little rude at the end.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding? You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
Whoa.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
Oh god, there's another type?
Oh yes, party boy. And it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry.
Whoa.
Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Okay. Well, sounds like Dobby a little bit. It's definitely giving Dobby for sure. Oh, we healed a little bit. Okay. All right, that's good. Come on, bud. Let's get ready for the day. Yeah, there we go. Oh, brother.
Good going, buddy. Yes. Wait till you see the one with the chick in it. It's gonna be a good one. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
Is my body talking about my ex-wife?
You don't know? You don't know? Some broad that messed you up. It'll come to you. It always does.
Okay.
You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think. It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more.
Okay.
You're too weak to say no now. Waking up is the worst part. Maybe somewhere down the line you could decline. Of course, Martinez is Speed Central. You just gotta poke around, follow your nose. You and Speed will be happy again. You will make her come home.
Oh.
This time, it will be different.
Speed is, oh boy, speed is drugs. Speed is drugs. Oh boy. Oh, buddy. No, the problem is that it wasn't saying. I know speed is a drug in real life. I think this is talking about this world's version of cocaine. I don't think it's necessarily like the name of the drug is speed. Um, let's do. We'll do one in you, bud. Also, don't swing at me about seemingly not knowing about drug stuff when y'all looked at me weird when I said K-hole. All right? Don't you swing at me. All right, he's not in here yet. So I do need money again, by the way. I need like 19 bucks. Where you at, Kim? Oh, there's Kim. There's our buddy.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once. The union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them. I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said.
Heh, hole? Okay, Victor. You child. Grow up.
One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it. I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCA being here. They prefer to be policed by the union. These men here. Men who drink beer for breakfast. I have no doubt these are the Hardy Boys Evrard told us about. The ones who keep the peace around here. And
Fair.
the big one must be Hardy himself. One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately.
Speed can be coke in real life, so the game isn't wrong.
Our business.
I thought speed was separate from coke.
Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
I think it'd be best if we talk to them now, lest we forget. Okay, yeah, she was definitely spying on us.
Let me handle this.
You seem a little different today. Less hospitable.
You are far from home, Lieutenant. This isn't a district known for its love of self-proclaimed militiamen.
Oh, because her name was Elizabeth. That's why I didn't see it. That's why I didn't recognize the Liz. Snow is a slang for it too. Oh, okay. That's fair then. She probably did write fuck the police. She probably did do that.
Not a muscle moves in her face, but her eyes trace yours, stern and perceptive.
She got too defensive about it.
You are looking for Titus Hardy, who you think has information on a murder the RCM is investigating. You want to interview him.
Yes, I do.
That's Titus. Talk to him, but know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming, nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one. Obviously, I'm a lawyer, a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. I would urge you to consider what you say to my clients.
A cab. Tenant's not satisfied with the approach.
What are we going to do to you?
Cold laughter devoid of joy.
The
Okay.
union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labor organization.
Uh-huh. Why the fuck is there a lynched body in this the back?
Goddamn right it is.
Shut up. I'm talking to you yet, bozo.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress.
Is there not a dead body hanging from a tree behind this building? What do you mean?
Aggressive, you make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
The fucking... Okay.
Just dock workers? Do dock
Thank you.
workers spy on the police? We let you off easy, miss. Don't think it will happen again.
Thank you, Kim, for the
We've
layup.
talked to Everard Clare. We know who these men are. The union's militant wing.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
What about the one fat man in a cargo container who's so fat he can't walk anymore and gets fucking shuffled around by the workers? What are you talking about?
Fuck yeah.
Shut up! I haven't talked to you yet, bozo! Drink your fucking Bud Light, weirdo.
So ask what
7
you can to ask,
a.m.
or get back to your commanders.
The privatization is not unlawful. It's cool and funny. Maybe you're just not historic individuals. I don't know if cool and funny is the right one. I don't know if that's those are the right words.
Let's.
Shut up. You fucking weirdo. Who in this bitch can I talk to? Just you? What color is that can? Oh, that's not even Bud Light. That's fucking Corona.
This is where you say your bit.
What bit?
Detective.
Sharp note, he's leaving it to you.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
Okay, Dad from Shameless or Glenn, fuck off. Nobody's talking to you either.
Do not let their squeals disturb your serenity. These are but simple peasants, sire.
Do I not read them rights? Oh boy.
What, is he fucking kidding? This guy high or something?
Shanky? It should be shaky, you fucking tweaker. I'm not talking to you either.
Hey, asshole, up here. We're talking to you.
Oh my god.
We're looking for Titus Hardy.
Oh, this is about him.
Okay.
A real looker, that won't.
Alright, this dude's voice is insane.
You're sure taking your time, waiting for him to get ripe and pretty for you, huh?
It's gonna take about fucking never, because he's dead. None of you are ever gonna look ripe or pretty.
Oh, he was a real pretty boy by now. Real hot stuff. Letting out that pretty boy smell.
Okay, bud.
Time to go to work in the shit factory!
Am I talking to the boss or am I talking to the goons? Can y'all shut up?
Easy, boys. These janitors have a hell of a job cut out for them. I mean, I wouldn't go in there for $1 million.
Slaps his forehead.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Shut up! I'm not talking to you either right now.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match.
So we got 7 motherfuckers.
Starting from the right. Boot size 44. Blonde man. In his 30s. Overbearingly masculine.
This would beg to differ. But sure.
Sitting on his right.
What the
Standard
fuck?
Working boots. Size 45 or 46. Eldest in the room. Probably mid-50s. Smoker. Quiet. Across at the other table. Hobnailed working boots. Size 43. Gang tattoos. Mesk or Sarah Mauritian. In his late 30s. Early 40s.
Gang tattoos in your late 30s, bud?
He spent his youth in Villa Labos, a housing project in the Jamrock Quarter. There were incarcerations. Hard to say what else. The ink is fading.
Okay, they're fading, at least.
Standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 46. The big dick. Wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips.
Nightlocks, thanks for coming.
Fingerless gloves. And numerous scars. A little under 40.
Okay.
The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads T. Hardy, Captain. In the far corner, standard working boot.
Eugene?
Steel reinforced toes. Size 44. 40-something. Non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum?
What the fuck is a plectrum?
On his neck. Forget it. It's not important.
It feels important.
Let's call this one the musician.
Okay.
Size 41. With the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man with a rat face, mean, watery eyes, and 2 front teeth missing.
Sounds about right. Probably because he got popped for being a loudmouth fucking rat.
In the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy. Boot size 46. Deep marks. Probably carried the victim over. He, alone, is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor, and you could easily exceed 220.
Okay.
In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy.
The odd soul.
Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit them with questions. Where's the 8th Hardy?
The fuck is with you, fella? What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy boy. There's 7 of us and we're all here.
He sizes you up, huh?
Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy boy? We ain't hiring.
Shakes his head.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
Who's she?
She? So there's an 8th Hardy, and it's a Hardy girl? Who might it be? Elizabeth? The gardener?
Probably not.
Shut the fuck up, Glenn.
Oh.
Talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
Well, I want to know what fucking Shameless over there has to say.
It has to be good if he won't let you pursue it. Looks like the lieutenant thinks so too.
So let me get this straight. There is an eighth Hardy boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
Good call.
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. And
Uh-oh.
you're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you.
Okay, buddy.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
The pretty boy. You guys really love talking about that pretty boy.
Well, yeah, because he got fucking murdered.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Container belt? Like we use in the harbor?
Yes.
Because we took it from the harbor where we work. Then we went out back and used it to hang him. We did this together, all of us, until he was dead. That's why there's a container belt around his neck.
There's a catch hidden somewhere. He didn't confess so that you could take them all away. It's too simple.
There is no catch. These 7 honest men have all equally come forth to tell you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time.
No, you're wasting my time already because we can't talk about the eighth set of footprints.
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic.
You don't have to answer any of his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that.
Who the fuck is talking here, bozo? Certainly not you.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Fucking. Oh my god. Munchkin Squad over here from the fucking Lollipop Guild wants to chime in now too. Great. Awesome.
Quiet.
Thank you.
Came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
Yes.
By the Pines cow, you mean the representative for Wild Pines? The shipping company you are striking against?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over.
What?
But you know what?
Pretending to mull it over?
Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
Whoa. Okay. Found out about the 8th fucking set of footprints just now, I think.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, copper?
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
They didn't teach you anything at anywhere, bozo, or are you just that stupid?
This is where an autopsy would come in handy. You have to work with what you know.
Titus, you don't have to
Mind
clarify
your
anything.
fucking business.
We overpowered him, dragged his unconscious body to the tree, put a noose around his neck, and hanged him till he was dead and steady.
Okay.
Then we left him.
I'm not talking to you.
Seagulls, maggots, and you fucks.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first, then see if it all adds up.
Come on.
Actually, they're admirably, surprisingly composed. The entire room. Given how many questions you've lobbed their way. Well, this one. But he's always fidgeting, so don't get your hopes up.
Like what, copper? Why, copper? Because he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town.
Okay.
And he stepped out of line.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Kohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hired merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
Cause one night, he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm Oranese goddamn Special Forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all!
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some Oranese paratrooper song, and said he's gonna fuck everyone.
Okay.
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did, right there. Like some kind of animal.
Sire, the tale is true.
Okay.
This is a serious violation of the karaoke code.
Wrong. He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
Hold on. The 8th set of footprints. Okay, so we're gonna go off the assumption that I believe that his big wrong was the dreaded R word, right? Was it the 8th Hardy boy that he did that to? Right? And is that why they don't want to talk about it?
From rape to harassment to threats of violence. Why the strange de-escalation?
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. And that was before he started coming here.
What?
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grab one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
This is...
He grabbed someone?
Trying to make sense of this flood of information.
Yeah. This girl's on the mic, a beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could
Yeah,
happen.
but I'm trying to... Okay, alright.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
What's the name of the parrot in Aladdin? Because this is him.
There's something.
That's him. That was him. This is, it's this fuck right here. That's what I'm saying. It's
Seems like
weird.
They don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation. Make them talk about it.
No. You're not getting a name. That's a Martinez matter. And I'm not discussing it with you, clown.
But you already took care of it, though. You killed the rapist. Why are you not... Okay.
There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalled.
Iago? Yeah, this fuck right here.
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy boy without arresting all Hardy boys.
Fair.
Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
Yeah,
A
all
trick
right, lady.
question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
Who do you fucking think does?
Point at Elizabeth? I thought she did. It's the 8th Hardy boy, the one who's missing.
Titus, no one was thinking
that there's any question who's the leader. That's how he would have ended it. Titus won't let him.
No, no, no. Fuck no! The big dick is right here, asshole. You're looking at it. Right. Fucking here.
Okay.
Disregard the outburst, officer. None of the boys have any comments on their power relations. That night, they acted as one. That's all.
Okay.
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
Chaise électrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the Coalition. During the suzerain's reign, it used to be the firing squad.
Okay.
or send them to Reunion to rot for 20 years. For life.
Says it as if it was worse than dying. I have an idea of what Reunion is. It's probably like a high security prison.
Oh, so you are just a simple, well-meaning man, eh? Ever been in solitary? Prison is a charter. That's what it is.
Okay.
So he's hanging a man, slowly, without breaking his neck.
Also true. Also true. We'll come back.
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
No, I'm good.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus.
Lieutenant closes his notebook.
I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder. Even if it is a group responsibility. We're going to look into this.
Yup.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
Okay, loser. Go sit back down and have your fucking 8 a.m. beer, you fucking dork. Mr. Big Dick. Fucking goober. I'm taking this money. Fuck you, idiots. Mine? Monica's titties are big? Okay. Alright. Fair. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. Ooh. Spicy, spicy. What does Bald Man know? That's what I want to know. Okay, we leveled up. Let's go ahead and do... Oh, excuse me. Let's actually see if I can do another... Nah, we'll hold off until we get something really fun. We'll do this. Establish authority in the Hardy Boys' eyes. We might be able to do that. Oh god, this is gonna suck.
In the morning light, the white on blue police livery on the motor carriage cannot but catch your eye. Do something important? Something murder-related? There's always something important. Doesn't mean you can't take a moment to admire this piece of machinery. This is a Caprice Canema, the Caprice Motor Corps follow-up to their highly successful workhorse, Caprice 40, and the answer to the Lum's racing breed, Ferv series. With its air-cooled, rear-mounted 12-cylinder compression ignition engine, driving the rear wheels through a 4-speed manual gearbox, the Canema is able to reach 100 kilometers per hour in 13.5 seconds, and go on to a top speed of 180 kilometers an hour. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start without the ignition key.
Translation: we're not going anywhere right now.
Okay. How do we leave the area then to go check out these villages and stuff? You know what we could do, actually? We could ask about getting help removing the body. Okay, he's still there.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair.
You might have noticed there's one hanging on a tree.
Oh my. Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter?
Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt. A steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood.
I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values.
Yeah, could you, bud?
But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you.
Picks up the handset of a radio phone to his right, then clicks a button.
Jean-Luc, my boy, I'm sending 2 police officers down. They have a dead body in a tree problem they need help with. Namely, they need it to be taken down. And, Jean, please take it easy with the race science. He's had enough of that.
Hangs up and turns back to you?
You can find Jean-Luc down at the gates, but you already knew that. Anyway, he's going to help you. Yes, your lost gun. Your gun will...
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Yes, thank you for the hot tip regarding your lost gun, Harry. Now please, let the professionals do their job. Kick back, Harry, relax.
It did not come as a surprise to him. He might actually not be bullshitting.
Damn it, Harry. That's exactly what it means.
Of course. I understand. We help you, you help us.
Okay. At least get the dead body down. I don't know why I didn't think it do. I think because after the incident of having a heart attack and then dying from shame in that chair, I was a little nervous to fucking try anything, but we'll get the dead body down now at least. And I'm pretty sure Jean-Luc is Measurehead's real name, which is also really funny to me. Hell of a name for a super racist to have. Used to work with someone named Pierre Luc? Wow, that was crazy. Didn't mean it like that. Oh, right, Measurehead. My bad. Were they French?
The unpromising race pupil returns. So it was. My unpromising race pupil entered the harbor and used my superior to give me orders. I salute your cunning and will remove the body from the tree.
French Canadian over at Beanox? That's pretty cool. Minus the Canadian part, but okay.
There's a but while I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you. Both.
This is the uncomfortable result of not taking it on ourselves. I can live with a compromise.
Okay.
Listen to your little friend. He is wise in his childlike way. His mysterious race may yet prove fierce competition to my heroic haplogroup. Babe, see that they stay here the whole time.
This might be an honest mistake.
The woman's gaze follows Measurehead as he leaves.
Most of them had thick French Canadian accents, could barely understand them. Sounds about right.
So, you guys are like cops or something? Cool. I like men with guns and power. I'm Katya, by the way.
Okay.
You hear that? That sound. He's breaking something.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it.
Look at you! RCM rent-a-cops! Guarding that bridge like Everott's lapdog!
Uh-oh.
Is this where it's at now?
Oh boy.
The RCM is for sale!
Okay.
And who are you? What is your business here? Why are your clothes 4 sizes too small for you?
Well, it sounds like he got it down.
Shrill laughter interrupts you, echoing across Martinez. It's Kuno. Then the man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him.
Uh-oh. Okay, we're good.
The corpse has been removed from the tree. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with Ray's victory.
Oh, brother.
Today. Farewell, ham sandwich. You are a Union man from now on. I am not the first line of defense. I am the last. In addition, these so-called Hardy Boys are an effeminate clique of bodybuilders. Their company is spiritually degrading.
Okay.
You pick up on something artificial in his tone, like he's putting on an act. This is unlike him. He is usually more himself. Fine.
Oh, no.
They have recently fallen under the influence of a possibly sexually perverted female vagrant and a narcotics peddler. It's shameful.
This might get real dark.
Find out for yourself. Endomorphic blob.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Interesting.
Okay. So... Huh. Okay, okay. Ooh, trash. Ooh, magnesium. What did he break is the question. Oh, Jesus. He broke the whole fucking tree?
The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pinewood branch. It's gently laid on one side.
Mr. Measurehead has done a good job. Nothing is too broken or compromised. The victim is ready for a field autopsy.
Okay.
Yes. 1. Investigation of the scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4. Transportation of the body to the morgue.
Okay.
We are on
the RCM's 4-phase murder scene processing manual.
The fuck are they on about?
Oh, Kuno, shut up.
Cop's gonna cut his shit up.
Okay.
It's not about cutting. And no, you and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to handle the entire incident chain, from autopsy to cleanup to social work. An honor and a burden attached to your rank once you've proven yourself able, usually after 5 to 8 years of field work. Mine is Lieutenant Detective. You are. Your station would not have assigned you on this case if you weren't. Now, the way I see it,
he looks at the corpse with some disgust.
It's either this, or we complete the initial interviews. We already met Evrard, that only leaves the Wild Pines representative. There's one in town, negotiating the strike. She could have information.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Come on, baby. Yes!
Into the wild pale yonder. In the past. Way out in the west.
I can see you're gone, but who are you?
Joke. Look at me. A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer.
Okay, so you might have been a huge piece of shit.
Go ahead, Coppo. What do you mean? It's the power of your...
Black frothy liquid starts bubbling on his lips.
Imagination.
Oh boy.
Go ahead. Ask me more questions. You fucking love questions. Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions? Here you go, you loony. Fuck no. You're no Rooney. Between you and me, your name is probably Harry. You might be onto something there.
What do I feel like I've forgotten something terrible?
Because you have.
Fair.
Do I remind you of someone?
Well,
a child born with Muller's disease, harlequinism, grown up miraculously.
You sure wriggled out of that one, Coppellini. Come back later, Coppo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Mundi, is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single, Epui Descent, to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea.
Fine. It's a 3-part form to be filled out on the scene by the detectives responsible. One takes note, the other dictates. The goal is to establish cause of death. A scalpel is not always required. I hope this is one of those cases. Latex gloves are, however. Unfortunately, no. They are better than nothing. Tell you what, I perform the anatomical side of things while you will take notes. Yes, you see, the field autopsy form is the one on red copier paper. I thought we decided to leave it to processing. Let's not turn this into some kind of circus.
Damn it. This is turning into some sort of mega puzzle. Okay, so you can sneak out of your room maybe, after he's gone asleep.
I thought we decided to...
Damn it. Okay.
Okay.
So you can sneak out of your room maybe, after he's gone asleep. The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with...
That's you. Not an energetic start to an autopsy, I agree.
Pig's messed up. Kuno feels pity.
Oh boy.
Just leave it empty, officer.
The corpse lies there, indifferent to your retrograde amnesia. The next box says...
KK57-0803.0815. Next, NA. Next, NA. Roughly 50.
Okay.
Try 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side. He nods.
Mondial. Subgroup Occidental, as per your observation.
The pudgy mess looks neither mondial nor occidental. It doesn't even look human. The next line says, as you read it, you think, that leaves out dark-haired Mesk, Sal, Sarah Mauritian, Kedratic. Lighter-skinned occidental means this man could be Vespertine, Oranese, Messinian. Those 3 are on the table. A solid guess, Mr. Racial Profiler.
Oh boy.
Fucky, fucky!
Little monster claims it energetically.
Male.
Pigs can have sex.
Right,
Nor
male.
does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
We're still going with March 4th, 51. What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only 1 box remains.
None, at least not after the initial examination. They'd have to have incapacitated and carried him over. This man was more than a match for untrained dog walkers.
Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then
we should start the post-mortem.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
Turns the body onto its side to check the underwear label.
See, it's happening.
Oh god.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
The rest of the clothes have been removed post-mortem by scavengers in order to get to the victim's ceramic armor. Officers are in search of the missing pieces. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
It would be clever of you to omit the boots altogether, sire. If you are to keep them for yourself, as you ought to, you have deserved them more than anyone else. Patience. After the autopsy, before the body is taken away, there will be a window of opportunity. After the lieutenant has gone to sleep. I hope this has helped you, my liege.
Why the boots get left, though?
Tattoos. The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a map of the night sky. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini.
Why the boots?
The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color, yellow. Length, 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age 42. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature, below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
His hair feels wet, soaked with rain, cold to touch. Not that different from a living person after a swim. The stench is suffocating. Strands of dark brown hair start sticking to your hand, like thread off a rag doll's head. There's brilliantine in there. He's combed his hair back with oil.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head,
Why the
chest, and
boots?
thighs. Consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max.
Kuno, calm down.
Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
Shut
In
up.
addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest. Consistent with predation.
Okay.
Ligature mark.
Lieutenant produces a small folding knife, with the other hand pulling on the belt. He starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material cannot be cut.
Steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark. We get chain cutters, then try with those. I have a pair in the toolbox of my kinema.
Okay.
Damn corpse. We had a good rhythm going.
Lieutenant gets up and brushes his pants. We'll hold off on this. We'll level up as needed later. Whoa! It's her! It's the smoker. How do I get up there?
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Revachol. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away.
That is such a good zoom out.
The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting. Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hair. Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world. Humid, your coat shields you from the rain while the city shivers around you.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. At least we are dressed for it. Let's keep moving.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel. A metallic drawer slides out from under. The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand. You can do good work with these. Cut chains, locks, and ropes, especially belts. The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand, heavier than you'd think. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids.
Okay.
The pull-out toolbox slides back.
Gotta figure out how to get on this fucking roof so we can talk to her again.
The rotting man lies on his side. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Shoot, Looney Rooney. Come back later, Corporal. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my...
Mm-hmm. Cut with as much precision as you can, please.
Oh boy.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
Okay.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the east. The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there, steady now, like a flower arranger. 2 cuts and it should come loose. After some deliberation, you sink the cutters into the knot tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber handles together, sweat forming on your brow. Snap! The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck.
Tennant has kneeled closer, running his finger along the dark red groove until there's a gap.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters.
Okay.
Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia...
Pulls down the man's underpants?
No! It's gonna happen, see!
I fucking knew it!
Oh my...
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Might as well.
The dead man's penis is average-sized, congested from the downward collection of blood. The testicles are uneven in length, hanging underneath. The genitalia is greenish. Marbling is present around the crotch.
Okay, not great.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip.
Okay.
In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
Alright.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty.
Mm-hmm. We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars. Last item. Hands.
Takes the man's right hand in his, inspects it, then moves on to the other hand.
Hands are clean. No sign of a recent struggle. I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment.
Fair.
Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next? Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
What would that be?
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his story.
I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer. Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous. You hear cracks as the lieutenant moves his sharp fingers inside the flesh, like the creaking of an old house at night.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
Alright, Kuno S.
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable.
So did it break eventually, or did it...
Respiratory system.
Back hunched as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. He stops to exert more force. Both hands are
Oral
used.
cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
No scream. No sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his. It's hard. Once more, you taste stomach acid in the back of your throat. A contraction. Your throat pumps a little something from your stomach and into your mouth. You're forced to swallow, just to keep looking. Inside, you see darkness. Just a mess of meat and darkness.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus.
Okay.
Hepatobiliary, NA. Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
He looks at the corpse's stomach with a mixture of tiredness and disgust.
Hepato means liver, and biliary, the gallbladder and bile ducts. Nothing in your alcohol-soaked memory directs to having forensic expertise on either one.
Neither am I. That's it.
Okay.
Same for toxicology and serology, NA. Unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there?
Reservoirs? No, but do they take obscure trivia and odd tidbits?
Like a toxicology screening? At this stage, I doubt processing will find anything, even if he was brimming with cocaine. But still, you should add a request.
Okay.
Brimming with cocaine.
Oh boy.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging. Gastrointestinal.
He looks to the ground, the pool of feces there.
This will do.
Okay.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila. What's next on the list? Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
Be thorough if you want maximum results.
Oh, so we inflicted them? Okay, so there's a spin-stabilized munition from a Kiel A990 muzzleloader lodged in his lung. I don't think we should mention that. Better not to muddy the waters. Be pedantic if you like, it doesn't matter. No one else is going to investigate this man's murder. And if they do, such details would only confuse them.
See? These pigs are fucking corrupt.
Why don't you fuck him if you love him so much?
Okay.
Now, injuries. Head, chest and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted. And your opinion, officer? Agreed. Next injury?
Contusions.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Right. Next? Nothing. Just in case.
Okay.
Dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured. The cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible. Think for a moment. There's time. Don't rush.
Why would it say that? So here's what I'm thinking, right? Here's why I'm taking this to heart, the don't rush thing, because did we not originally assess that his neck did not break and that he was strangled? But if the hyoid and saying that no bones were broken because it didn't, isn't the hyoid bone what typically breaks in a hanging? But We're gonna.
Why do you say that? Okay. Why don't you think it was fatal? Honestly, I'm not sure there weren't marks on his wrist. That part got blurry for me. The stench. But you are right, I was ready to call this. Now I think we should leave it empty, at least for the time being. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over. It was an irregular field autopsy. We did not establish cause of death, which is supposed to be the goal of an autopsy. But, personally, I do not see this as a parameter for success. We also requested a toxicological screening. That was thorough. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks, if we are lucky. I will not hold my breath. Then, given the state of decay here, I consider establishing the victim's ethnicity a minor success. We were thorough with the list of injuries too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
Oh yeah, well done, Master Detective. Maybe a drink is in order?
Now, you see, that worries me. You will die if you drink. You know that, don't you? You are proving a useful detective. The organization would miss you. I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg for processing.
Looks at the dead man one more time, then at the slip of red paper in his hand, then at the corpse
You
again.
tilt your head, also looking at the corpse.
Can I look at his wrists?
I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something. You run your hands over the victim's cold body, his limbs, his torso with its swollen organs. Maybe you should be more thorough. His fingernails have turned dark.
Do you think we missed something? Okay, well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another examination, and we need to do it fast. Hey, wasn't there a giant ice bear sarcophagus below that building? Yes. Now, I've rarely been disappointed by the size of a giant ice bear fridge, but I think we should still take a look at it first. Make sure it's big enough before we carry him over. Let's move. With every hour, whatever we are looking for in the deceased will become harder to find.
Okay. I want to check his wrists. Because I think honestly skipping out on looking at his wrist again was a fuck up on my part.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. What?
It's certainly an eccentric choice, but it is capacious and cold enough, too.
Your visual confirms. You could fit 2 more bodies in the ice bear fridge.
Shall we go and get the body, then? I'll take the head, you take the feet. The stairs won't be easy, but we'll manage.
The body is heavier than you expected, and stinkier. It takes half an hour to get it down to the basement. Then 10 more minutes to
That
stuff
dragging
it
noise is
into the body.
crazy. Oh!
The lieutenant takes a step back to admire your handiwork.
Beautiful. A dead body in an ice bear fridge. This is some of the best police work I've ever done.
You have created an ice bear sarcophagus.
Talk of the ice bear sarcophagus must not leave this room. As impressive as the fridge is, this is a small victory, among numerous defeats. At least we've stopped the body from decomposing further. Now you can conduct another inspection, under controlled circumstances.
Inside the icy realm of the ice bear fridge, the corpse stands slumped, waiting.
Please?
Your
Whoa!
arms reach out and your eyes close, as if by their own volition. It's dark all around. You feel cold, slippery flesh, first with your fingertips, then under the palm of your hand. His face, his cheeks, his nose, his fat, swollen lips. Like a spider, your hand crawls over his features. Everything is silent. You pick it between your fingers. The mess feels large, very porous somehow. Keep crawling, lest you break it. The oral cavity is cold and moist. A ball-like tongue attaches itself to the base of the mouth, lolling around like a scallop. You're not far. It'll come to you. They are swollen shut. You need to really push to get in. Only the little one fits. The flesh changes shape as you bore in, searching for something in the cartilage. The thing you're looking for, it's not here either. Crawl out, spider. The oral cavity is cold and moist. A ball-like tongue attaches itself to the base of the mouth. The tongue moves freely in the cavity. The mucus of the mouth is slippery, delicate to touch. From the soft meat, teeth are budding. Hard pearls of bone in the gums and in the back of the mouth. Can you feel it? You're so close. Rip his jaws open now. Look in. A vision of black and dark red death, pried open by your naked hands and studded with teeth. Looks like he's laughing. Death fumes rising from the throat, and there, in the back of his mouth, above the bell of the uvula, right in the soft palate, you see a hole, barely visible to the human eye. It is swollen shut, almost vanished. No larger than 0.4 centimeters in radius, the edges appear darkened. An abrasion collar. This is what we're after.
Abrasion collar.
Tenant looks in. There's a pen in his hand. His notebook is open at the copy paper. Touch it with your finger.
A black trickle of liquid runs into his throat from the wound. Your index fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up. Tissue damage. Wide enough for 2 fingers. As you push both in, you reach through his mouth, right into his brainstem. Yes, that's what this part is called. The basal ganglia feels clumpy. What entered here has torn apart his reptilian complex. This man will never sleep again, never wake. Your fingers slide into the remains of his limbic system. There is no resistance. It's gelatinous. The slug-like structures are damaged too. The tearing extends deep into both hemispheres. This is what he used to regulate his emotions with. The lieutenant answers with the sound of his pen on paper. Your fingers are all the way in now, reaching toward the inside of his skull. The cavity goes further, but the entry wound isn't wide enough for the rest of your hand to follow. Your fingers reach toward his skull. His cerebral cortex feels like jelly. Cold jelly. Strange fluid streams down your wrist as you push deeper until you feel it on the tip of your finger. Sharp, serrated material. The edges cut right into your skin.
Can you get to it?
There's a tiny crack. A protrusion in the cranium, right in the back of his head. Your finger must be pointing straight at it, from the inside. The object that is in there stops just short of the skull, in the encephalus, knocking this tiny fracture into the cranium.
We have the makings of a very small exit wound here.
Oh,
you
brother.
pick the object between your index and middle finger. It feels sharp, like metal. With your face twisting from pain and concentration, all you need to do is just... The inside of the head feels cold and smooth, like a glove. Sweat dripping down your brow. Careful not to lose the prize between your fingers. With a plop, your hand emerges from the mouth, covered in blood up to the wrist. Between your fingers, a small flower, a blossom made of lead.
A bullet.
The bullet falls in the bag, leaving a smattering of blood on the plastic. He raises the bag under his eyes and says,
A non-caliber. Rifled. Some kind of brittle alloy. Fractured on impact. No, you deserve it. We can log it later. We need to add an item to the injury list. Injury number 4. Oval entry wound with an abrasion color. Soft palate.
So...
High velocity. Temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occiput. How does that sound? Opinion, fatal injury. And one last thing. We can now fill in injury number 3. Ligament mark. Opinion, non-fatal. Post-mortem. Treatment.
He's proposing the bullet was the real cause of death, and the hanging an attempt to conceal this fact.
Yes, and the belt around his neck. The hanging. Even dragging him to the yard. All of it was done after this man was already dead. I've had this doubt since you showed me the tracks, officer. We could not account for why they carried him over. Why not march him? There was no satisfying explanation. There have been other signs too. Small things. We were right not to assign hanging as cause of death, as the perpetrators expected we would. No such luck for them.
There is, of course, the very real possibility he was both shot and hanged.
To hide something. The real killer? The real motivation? What really happened here? Yes, we should take a closer look at it. I am certain it has more to tell us.
This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it.
That's for us to find out. But this, it will make finding them just a little easier. Oh, you really do. I am glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling in Rags should come with a bathroom. Be sure to make use of it in the evening. To put him out of his misery? It's possible, but it doesn't explain all the other dubious things here. Lack of struggle, primarily. I may be intellectually sloppy, but I prefer one theory at a time. And this just smacks of treatment to me.
Okay.
We bag the corpse and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can transport him to processing myself, but I will be gone for the rest of the day. Work on the case. Tend to personal matters. Try not to do anything too dangerous. An officer needs backup in a neighborhood like this.
Fair.
I'll leave that choice to you. And one more thing. Great work, detective. I thought we decided to leave it to processing.
Damn it. Okay, so you can sneak out of your room maybe, after he's gone to sleep.
Shoot, Looney Rooney. I like it a lot, brother. This really is your finest hour. You're a genius. Come back later, Corporal.
I want those fucking boots. I want those fucking boots so bad. Alright. We've got 2 skill points to spend. Let's go ahead and do... one of you. And let's pop one of these. Give me them boots, boys. Give me them fucking boots. Papa needs a new set of fucking boots. The reason I want them so bad...
This orange machine is... You slip your finger... No. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand.
The reason I want those boots... because early on it said that they're really expensive.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream.
Okay, we won't do that. Walk around with our trash bag. Let's also take a look at... we can get a hat now. Hell yeah. Only boots I like are Tim's. What are you, a New Yorker? Ooh, what is this? Ooh, drugs. Not just a working man. All right, bud. Money. Gimme. Let's actually put the flashlight back on for this. Whoa!
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache. There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away. Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest, but one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock.
Okay.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way. It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
A few bricks have fallen.
Okay, worth some money. Good to know. Ooh, can we interact with that bullet? We can!
The bullet is safely sealed away in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp. Kim has filled out the label on the bag with the item number, case number, and date and location the bullet was found. The squashed bullet has some sharp edges where the jacket has split open. It feels cold, even through the bag. You wouldn't ordinarily have cause to handle jacketed bullets. The citizens' militia uses cast bullets only. Little pebbles of metal loaded from the muzzle, usually in a cartridge.
What? Well, if I was the bullet, which I'm not, I would say, find the weapon that shot me. If we find who owns it, we will have likely found who used it, possibly to kill our victim. In conclusion, the more we know about this bullet of yours, the better.
The jacket of the bullet is made of a yellowish metal. It has blossomed out to reveal a dark grey core. The base of the bullet is close to 5 millimeters in diameter. You can just about make out a few striations near the base of the bullet. Little hairlines, linear. It feels standard. It's quite destroyed. Some of the fragments are still lodged in the wound.
What can you say about the bullet so far? A jacketed bullet. Okay. It would have been shot from a military-grade breech-loading rifle, not from a muzzleloader.
Whoa!
Typically found on the streets of Martinez.
Okay.
Highly unusual. The people of Revachol haven't carried breech-loading weapons like this for nearly half a century.
Okay.
Even the RCM uses ordinary unjacketed conical bullets. This is strange. Very strange. I like this, officer. Strange means unique. Unique means incriminating. We need to find the gun that shot it.
A rifle, revolutionary period. Your bullet looks to be an old 4.46 millimeter from the surplus left over from the turn of the century. Probably an antique or a retrofitted antique.
Okay, hold on. I got something brewing right now, right? I got a crackpot theory. Okay? So remember the Hardy Boys being like, the cow, but they also don't want to talk about the 8th Hardy member. I think that the cow and the 8th Hardy boy, who's a girl, are the same person. And I think something happened between our dead body, the hanged man, and her. But no, hold on. Because he's saying that no. Okay. I'll stop. It's crackpot. So I do still think something happened between those two individuals, but I don't know if this is connected yet.
The 4.46 caliber was widely used with the Belmargrave rifle, a Revacholian manufacturer. The BM dominated the battlefields of the Insulindian theater of the anti-centennial revolution 50 years ago. Incidentally, you have just such a rifle with you. The dusty old thing you found hidden in the basement below the commercial area. It's unusable, sadly. If it were, the bullet would probably fit the chamber.
Okay.
No, but Zeliger, a major firearm manufacturer, ended up with a surplus after the war. So there are still a lot of these old military rifles floating around, usually broken. The quality was appalling. Antiques enthusiasts, guerrilla fighters in distant countries, a few lucky jamrock bangers. You're looking for the same thing you found in that hidden weapons cache, only in working order.
What are you thinking? Bullet? Okay. And? An antique. That makes sense. There can't be many breech-loading rifles floating around in Martinez, or anywhere in Ravachol, really. I have to hand it to the monarchs. It's quite admirable that they took the advice of criminologists last century and banned the use of breech loaders in peacetime. Some new RCM recruits get impatient with their muzzle loaders once they've trained with military-grade weapons, but they realize it's worth it in the end.
Prohibiting peacetime law enforcement to front-loaded rifles is a policy enforced by the Moralist International in all the nations of the Real Belt.
Imagine if everyone, cops, citizens, had access to firearms that could shoot multiple rounds without pausing to reload. After the first shot, the second, third, and so on come much easier. But back to the investigation. Doesn't seem that likely, but we'll check out all possible leads. Next step, finding the gun itself.
Oh. We're going to interact with a couple more of these things.
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover. To your disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little doodles in black and white. After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return to the table of contents. The magazine is divided into several sections. International developments, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Just inside the cover, there's also an editor's note.
We'll come back to that.
An intricate web, it still kind of looks like a map of the stars in the night sky. But something's not right. Gone.
Okay. All right. And we do still have to hit that one apartment around 9.
Yes? Hello? Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
Okay.
If she's such a working class woman, why isn't she working?
Not all the time. Right now I'm browsing books.
This is terrible weather to do this out in that. These books should not be out here, by the way.
It is. I know you are.
Everyone can see that. The rectangles.
What with?
What with? A lot of things. For example, people tend to go missing.
My husband? No, he's not. I don't know. At home now? Out drinking with his friends? Working?
Where is this going, officer?
Yes, but I don't really need to know where my husband is. No.
Her right foot is tapping nervously.
Of course he's not. It's not like he's a pocket watch. I wouldn't just lose him.
All right.
It's got to be something else then. Why else would you be asking her if it wasn't?
I don't mean to disrespect, sir, but you are being a bit of a cockatoo here.
Fair.
For what it's worth, I agree. But cockatoos can't be stopped when they get ladies. It's better to indulge him at this point.
I don't even have a cockatoo.
It's a trap. Never ever say what.
Great. Nothing. Go read up on them if you're so interested. There's a great book in the bookstore.
Okay.
Maybe you should. What if the cockatoo is your astral captain? Or your heraldic bird?
Wonderful. The store is open. No, absolutely not. Are you a policeman or a nanny? They are not missing some.
You know where they are. They're at home. Smoking. Given the ladder of vices.
What? That's just... My daughters are perfectly fine. They're with their friends down in Jambro.
Oh
There's
God, we're gonna go
nothing
back to
to
the
worry
smoking route.
They're almost grown up now anyway. They're past the age they need me protecting them from everything now.
Her hands move over the book covers. The tips, the woman before you.
My bad, lady. You're a lot nicer than you should have been.
Shelves filled to the brim with
Let's find that book about cockatoos.
a sulfur-crested cockatoo
Oh!
sits on the cover, its beak slightly open.
It's a must-have if you own a cockatoo. I've heard they're quite capricious.
I don't have money. We'll come back. We'll buy it. We'll buy it. We won't steal it. We'll be... But we know it's here. Oh, is this a map?
Several maps
Oh!
attached to a bulletin board.
It's a map!
Inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez. It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbor, even the whirling in rags there.
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them.
Okay.
They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though. That old thing? It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
The place does not look like a successful tourist trap, does it?
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be always good to be informed of your surroundings.
Yes. I did that again on accident. I don't know why I keep doing that.
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez, with directions to appropriately touristy locations. Year 48 resides on the upper right corner. Your finger moves through the various streets, across Rue de Saint-Ghislain and Rue Saint-Sipar, over Saint-Brun and Martinez North, finally coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing, although the map gives no such indication itself.
Does that give me a map? Nope. Okay. Wasn't really worth it then. That's okay. We'll be back, lady. I might steal that book from you. I might just fucking do it. Let's put one in this. There we go. So how the fuck do I get to that one place, dude? That guy move? He did move. How do I get up there, though? I really do wish I'd looked at the wrist again, because I feel like that's a big thing I should have looked at, and I don't know why I didn't. I don't know why I didn't do it, I should say.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence. He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself. Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door. He smiles and bangs his ladle. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of a sword.
It's good knife work. Thin-ass tomatoes, it's always impressive.
Just a moment.
She's agitated, judging from the way she keeps pulling at the frayed edge of her blanket.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear. Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too. To let the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them.
Oh.
I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
A little missing persons puzzle might just be the thing to take your mind off the hangover.
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
A cold breeze hisses through dense thickets of reeds. Something sweet in it, somnolent. A damp chill goes down your spine. When you look around, you're still in the whirling in rags.
But you have more important things to worry about.
More important than a missing expedition? I don't know. Expeditions often lead to something interesting.
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect.
Okay.
But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
The water lock. That was broken. Could this be it?
Oh my. What happened to the water lock? Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you. You've spared me another sleepless night.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
Yes, some left-field scientific research is exactly what you need right now. Funk up that vanilla murder investigation.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired. And it's cold out there. Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
Okay. I want to open that door.
You see a heavy steel door with the door does not.
Okay. Actually, hold up.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Shut up.
I am not.
Okay.
You could be Liz. You could be anything. You could even be a model.
Alright, dog.
Even a mod? Glenn, I went to law school. I am an attorney.
He's right. With a face like that, she could be on the cover of Le Debutante International. The cold look in her eyes speaks louder than words. She is not amused.
Okay.
It's not her. She's not a hardy girl. Definitely.
Okay. What about you, bozo?
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Alright, fair.
Again, just get the dead guy's autograph, since you're his biggest fan.
Thank you for stopping in, Kelly. Have a good one. Sleep well.
Good one, Titus.
Huh?
There was a bullet in the dead man's brain. Why was it there if you hanged him?
Oh.
How the fuck do I know? Anyone could have shot him. Target practice, maybe.
Interesting, sire. It's as if he's lying to protect someone. He's not very good at it.
This line of questioning is over. You got the cause of death already? Hanging. If there's any post-mortem trauma, it's your problem. This will not turn into a cross-examination.
Yeah, lawman. Why don't you?
It's almost an anthropological sight, watching him try to assert dominance over you.
Not in the arresting mood?
By your side, the lieutenant keeps his hand away from his holster. You hear the nylon of his coat hiss as he steps closer, while the little rat-faced man reaches into his sleeve. There's a knife in there. Some of the others reach for their belts. Their eyes are light.
Wise move. About fucking time. You still on about that bullet? A bullet in a hangman's head. You're right, Copper. That is mighty curious.
Indeed, mighty. How did it get there?
Well, there are so many bullets in the world, and so many heads. I guess it's only logical. At some point, one of them bullets had to end up in one of them heads.
It's bound to happen again, you know? Just statistically speaking, of course.
Sire, it would be an event most dramatic if you were to produce the bullet and dangle it before their very eyes.
You know what I think? I think he was shot in the head as a kid, and his brain grew around the bullet.
Around the bullet, man. That's a good one.
All the goofing around is to avoid lying. It's a technique.
Shit! I probably did shoot him. I was drunk last night. You guys know me when I'm drunk.
Yeah, Glenn likes to shoot his guns when he's drunk. Better hope he stays sober.
No, he meant before he was hanged. Did you shoot him before you hanged him?
Before? After? During? This is getting ridiculous. They told you what happened. Stop wasting your time.
Wow! He's got it in a real evidence bag and all!
Why don't you go home and log it into evidence? These men have told you what happened.
Okay.
Never been worried in my life, lawman.
Having forgotten his beer for
It's
a moment.
not like he blew it wide open, but there's a little crack in there somewhere.
Okay. Hmm. All right. I think on that note, it got really, really interesting there. And there's a lot that's kind of like rolling around in my brain. Because now I'm thinking this dude was a piece of shit, and on some level he probably not necessarily deserved to get fucking strung up and beat up, but there was probably some form of self-defense that occurred prior to him getting lynched as a means to cover up the initial self-defense thing. But if it was fully self-defense, I imagine there'd be real no reason to cover it up unless they were covering up the fact that there was the breech loading bullet, right, which are banned during peacetime. But why? And who's the cow that they were talking about? Okay. Okay. But with that, we're gonna call it. Thank you for coming out. Hope everybody has a good night. Thank you for enjoying the stream. Appreciate it. I will talk to y'all later. Bye bye.